The McClendon Report, Ask or Ask, Donda's Rules, Suit Shoes, all available at McClendonReport.com.
What a week in Chicago and around the world. Stereotyping in Popeye's chicken report, H1N1 influenza outbreak, Obama's first 100 days, how movies help us to escape our economic woes, and how about your Chicago Bulls? Kyra Kyles helps me rewind the week as we take your calls tonight on Garrard McClendon Live. Welcome to Garrard McClendon Live. What was exciting to you this week? The influenza scare, a favorite movie, President Obama's first 100 days, or that magical Chicago Bulls win? Hey, give me a call right now, 630-575-TALK. Helping me to rewind the week from the Tribune Tower, we're going Kyra-centric tonight with Red Eye reporter Miss Kyra Kyles. How's it going, Kyra?
Hi there, Garrard. Everything is great. Thank you.
You know, I got to start with the Popeye story.
Oh, wow.
Girl, you said common sense trumps stereotypes. Please lay out this blog entry and this article for my audience, those that may not have read this, and let's talk about this.
Okay, well, what happened was last week there was this big chicken deal that Popeyes had, and it was 8 pieces of chicken for $4.99. So this station out in Rochester, New York, decided to go out to a Popeyes where they found out that they had run out of chicken early and closed, and they found all these irate customers lined up outside, cursing out the drive-through window, which was empty, all this other stuff. But what we noticed in this video, which has gone viral since, is that every single person in the story was black. Every single person, except for probably the reporter. So basically my column today was just about the fact that you have to take a minute, especially in this YouTube time period where everything gets everywhere, to think about how a story like that might look. And it's not that anyone's ashamed that they like chicken, you know, but that is a stereotype, and I really think that they should have put more thought into doing those interviews. And there was another Popeyes 9 miles away with more diverse customers, and it was just strange to me that they didn't go there too.
But Kyra, what about deadlines? I mean, if you just happen to have a reporter in a neighborhood where there's a Popeyes chicken and it's predominantly black, I mean, You're still getting the story. I mean, come on, Kyra.
That's true, but you just said predominantly. You know what I mean? Not every single person. And the truth is, Gerard, I used to be a TV reporter, so I understand how that works. I used to have to run out and get stories, but let me tell you this. When I did cut corners like that and ended up with a story that looked a little strange, I heard from the viewers, and that's exactly what happened in this case. So you can do it, but then you pay for it later.
Yeah, you know, a few weeks ago you had an entry, reality shows, and speaking of stereotypes, reality show hits a new low. Talk to us about this, because I have my skepticism when it comes to reality shows as well.
Right, well, I think this was the one where they are going to come to your company, somebody's supposed to get laid off, and they allow everybody in the company to vote on who that person will be. So basically like a pink slip reality show, and I just thought that was cruel. You know, people are being laid off, it's no joke. People are losing their homes. How is that a game in any way? You know, when I think of a reality show game, I think about Survivor, or I think about something where someone wants to be in this desperate situation and actually probably will make a lot of money. In this case, I think the person gets a little bit of a severance and pretty much national humiliation. So what's the reward there?
Yeah, that's just flat out cruel. Now, I mean, cheaters is one thing,
right?
But a show where you have live cameras in on somebody getting pink slipped, I mean, I think that's a little bit overboard. You know, I was reading some articles as well. They were talking about how VH1 may be stereotyping and putting black women in a particular category, talking about Delicious and New York and some of the other people.
Sapphire.
Absolutely.
Safari, actually. Yeah.
And how some people who watch that may think that all black women behave in that way.
Right, well, I will say to that, I think VH1 is like an equal opportunity offender. They also have that Rock of Love with Bret Michaels, and pretty much every woman of every shade looks foolish on that show. I think they're just looking for the lowest common denominator. Unfortunately, that's what a lot of people find funny, is to laugh at those that they think are not as smart as they are or don't have as much couth. But yes, like we were saying, this is YouTube Nation. Anything we do here, it can be seen overseas, and it does paint a very sad picture. Hopefully they'll get some more programming to balance that out. I hear MTV is going to be doing some programming where they're going to be looking at positive things, and I just hope we see more of that too.
You know, me too. And I think that the public will embrace positive programming, but producers have to be willing to take that chance.
That's true.
You know, Kyra, there's been a lot of media cuts. I mean, I'm looking at a few here.
Yeah.
Channel 2 did some laying off this week. Of course, our company, Tribune Company,
Right.
did some massive laying off a week and a half ago. Clear Channel, Troy Tyler and Irene Mamacita
Right.
Mojica. I
and
mean,
Sundance, too.
absolutely. You know, what is going on, Kyra?
Well, I mean, the media environment is shrinking. People are making their own entertainment. People go on blogs, I keep mentioning it, but they go on YouTube. You really have to be careful in this market that the huge conglomerates don't take a look at what you're doing and say, well, you know what, it is not worth the money. I can do this, I can offer cheaper programming. And there really isn't as much respect for those local personalities, because I love Irene Mojica. I grew up listening to her. I love Sundance. She offers some really great music, and it's a shame to see them go. And with the Tom Joyner issue, where we saw that he just got yanked from the air one day with no explanation, it just shows you that even someone who has reached the higher echelons, they are not safe either.
Yeah, absolutely. And when Tom Joyner was on the show earlier this week, we asked him flat out, and he said, Gerard, I got fired.
Pretty much,
you
laid
know,
off,
and
right.
of course he basically backed himself up by saying, I'm one of the few people in radio that actually owns myself.
Right.
And he talked about the 150 other stations that purchased the Tom Joyner morning show.
Correct.
Hey, Kyra, hold on tight. What excited you this week? The Bulls beating Boston? Did the job layoffs make you a little pessimistic? Call me and we'll talk about the flu, Beyonce's new movie, the Blackhawks, Cinco de Mayo, Wolverine, Red Eye, the Bulls, you name it, 630-575-TALK. Garrard McClendon live with Kyra Kyles, back in 2 minutes. Pick up the Red Eye and you'll get to read the thoughts of Kyra Kyles. You too can become a Kyra-centric and maybe even a Kyra-maniac. Look for the red boxes on the street or hit the website at www.redeyechicago.com. Hey, give us a call, 630-575-TALK, and tell us what made you happy this week or what may have made you sad. Kyra Kyles joins us for a spirited discussion on the week. Kyra,
Yes.
flu bug. You
Oh,
know,
my.
what's up with that? I mean, whether you were in a car or at a community center or, God forbid, on a CTA vehicle. I mean,
Right.
you know, what do you make of this? Are you looking at this in a nonchalant manner? Are you, it's just the flu and we'll get over it? Or are you taking this more seriously?
Well, if you look at it, I mean, statistics show that the regular flu has killed more people than this. I mean, it's not to be taken lightly in any way, and I'm sure that's why we're getting all these national and global updates about what's going on. But I've seen some people walking around with face masks, things like that, and that's not really going to work according to what medical experts are saying. You just have to use your common sense. Wash your hands. If you're sick, don't go to work and make other people sick. And if you have flu symptoms, go to a doctor and see what's going on. I think it's just really a common sense issue that people need to calm down just a little bit and think about how do you prevent getting sick any other way, and just do that in this case as well.
Yeah, and also most people's immune systems aren't compromised.
That's true.
I
It's
mean,
like younger children, older people, people who have an ailment already. Exactly.
Absolutely, and so I'm kind of, yes, I'm taking it serious. However, I'm in a situation where, yes, I am washing my hands. I'm making sure that, if I do have to sneeze or cough, I'm going to be careful with that. But, I'm not going to go into panic mode like everyone else. I don't
Right.
think this is going to become a pandemic.
And it's not going to help anything if you do panic anyway. That's the thing people have to remember. Just be smart, listen to the advice that they're giving, and do it. I've seen, like I said, so many face masks, and they say hand sanitizer is flying off the shelves. Should probably be using that anyway.
Absolutely,
Yeah.
absolutely. Kyra, in a down economy, people are still going to see movies?
Yes.
What is up with that?
Well, it's easy, Gerard. That's a good place to escape.
Yeah.
People can go somewhere where they don't have to think about their job problems or if their boss is going to lay them off or what they can and can't afford. Most people can afford to go to the movies. So that's an area where you see people continuing to do that, even though they may not be dining out as often or taking trips. This is a way you can go somewhere without, really going too far at all. So the movies have been flourishing right now.
I can't wait to see the Transformers film. See, that's the little kid in me.
Yeah.
See Transformers.
I love the
See stuff
Transformers.
turn into something else.
Right.
It reminds me of the days of Rodak and Space Giants and all of that
Wow,
stuff.
you went deep on it.
Ooh, Channel
days of
44
Rodak.
back in the day. But I think it's cool too that we're seeing these comic strip films come to life. Of course, Batman, Superman, but Wolverine, but we're also seeing some heavy drama as well. Of course, we're looking at scenes from Wolverine right there, and I hear that Hugh Jackman is just extremely cut. Some people are saying that the script could have been better.
Right.
But we're also seeing major drama with the Obsessed film starring
Beyonce, of course.
Wow.
Yes. But, I think that movie also is good for escapism. You get to see Beyonce. She's kind of glamorous. Well, she's very glamorous most of the time. And in this movie, she's really getting down, from what I understand, beating up Ally Larter, who is on Heroes. And so people are very excited to see Beyonce step outside of this kind of quiet role that she usually plays and really just get to fighting. I think that's really what people are looking to see. They just really want to escape from themselves, escape from their problems. And that's why I think that movie might have beaten out The Soloist with Jamie Foxx, because that movie was a much more somber type of movie. It was a movie about mental illness, and I think it definitely probably had a light side, but people probably thought, you know what, I don't want to be worried about anything. I just want to go to the movies and laugh at Beyonce choking this girl.
Absolutely. The Jamie Foxx film will probably do extremely well outside of this. It'll do well here, but it'll probably do extremely well outside of this country.
Right, it's possible.
Absolutely. And, help me before I go to break. The Michael Douglas film with Glenn Close.
Fatal Attraction.
Oh, see,
Yes.
you see, this Beyonce movie is like, part 2 almost of that.
Wow.
And I think the escapism, yes, is true. And hopefully this will keep men from cheating.
Hey, if that's what it does, I'm all for it.
There we go. Hey, Kyra, hold on tight. www.cltv.com/GML gets you to my blog. Hey, read, comment, and forward posts to your friends. We read comments on the air every night, and we give you a platform for interaction. Garrard McClendon Live with Red Eyes, Kyra Kyles. Call us, 630-575-TALK. You can hit me on Facebook at Garrard McClendon Live, or you can hit me on Twitter as well at Garrard MC. We read the comments on the air, so you want to hit me as quickly as you possibly can. Welcome back to Garrard McClendon Live. Call us at 630-575-TALK. Kyra Kyles from the Red Eye joins me from Tribune Tower. She helps us rewind the week at Garrard McClendon Live. Earlier, Kyra, you spoke with CLTV anchor Judy Wang, and something piqued my interest. We talked about the box office movie attendance increasing and in this questionable economy. And when you talked about escapism earlier, is this something that where art kind of transcends life, or it just adds to it? What would you think the phenomena is as it pertains to that?
Well, you see so many blockbuster movies which are really far apart from reality. Like we were talking about the Transformers, things that could never happen. And I think sometimes when people are really feeling sad or low about things, they want to get as far away from current reality as they can. Going and watching a movie that might remind you of yourself would probably not appeal on any level right now. I don't think many people would probably want to see a movie about people being laid off or people losing their homes. But going and seeing gigantic robots or watching Star Trek and watching them fight aliens, that's something that is far-fetched. And you really feel like, I guess, like you're going on a vacation in your mind. That's the way I like to think of it.
Absolutely. Before I go to phones, I'm on Facebook. They're hitting me up. Houston says, I love Kyra Kyles.
Oh, that's sweet.
And I've got
Thank you.
a comment from John here. John says that I read the Red Eye every day and I look for Kyra Kyles commentary. So,
thank
hey,
you.
You got some fans out there. Let me go to the phones. I'm going to Jeff first. Jeff, thanks for calling GML. What's your comment?
My comment is, why is everything always racist and stereotyped? When I go to the store, I drive up in my Cadillac. I go inside, I buy myself a watermelon, some grape pop, fried chicken, rib tips, Kool-Aid, mumble sauce.
Yes, sir.
I wear Stacey Adams shoes. I drink Hennessy. I go to Moo & Oinks, I buy Wonder Bread, hot sauce, fried shrimp.
Okay.
I get hot links, chitlins. I like that food. That food's tasty.
Yeah. Hey.
That has nothing to do with stereotyping anybody.
All right.
I mean, soul food is some of the tastiest food I have ever eaten. And I'm not going to stop eating it because people are going to say I'm stereotyping.
Okay. Hey, Jeff, thanks for the call. I appreciate that. Wow.
Yeah.
Jeff pulled out every possible stereotype.
He pretty much did.
He possibly could. I mean, he was going out of both pockets.
Yes, he got them all.
You know what I'm saying? Let me go to Toya next. Kyra, Toya, thanks for calling GML. What's your comment?
Hi, I just wanted to talk about the Obsessed movie. It was actually pretty good.
Oh, really?
And,
Go ahead.
You know what? And Kyra was right. The fight scene is just, it's the highlight of the whole movie.
Toya, thanks so much for the call. Man, I got to get out there and see the film now, you know, because many times people think that we can put artists in categories. But when you look at a Jamie Foxx and a Beyonce, we see that they can act, they can sing, they can do numerous things, they can perform. And I think that's the beauty of great artists. Let's go to Steve next. Steve, thanks for calling GML. What's your comment?
Yes. Hello?
Yes.
Yes. Two things that I have to make a comment is, number one, I am so sick and tired of that reality show stuff. That last time that man Favorite Flav was on with the clock around his neck, that was it. That was the last time I ever want to look at another reality show.
Wow.
And now you got the governor on TV act like he's parachuting out of somewhere. And another thing, I'm a fan of hers now. I'm going to start getting the red eye. I, too, do not want to eat chicken no more. I think it needs to be a law where it states you have chicken once a month. I mean, if somebody invite me over, I want to know what you're cooking. I do not want no more chicken.
Oh,
and
man.
if you see chicken now, you don't even know what it is. I'd rather eat snake or something else.
Hey, Steve, thanks for the call, my friend. You know, we can't put a ban on chicken.
No.
Maybe a ban on fried chicken for a little while. Talk to me, Kyra.
You know what? I think people should eat whatever they want, and I wish these stereotypes didn't exist. All I'm saying is that it looks odd for two non-black anchors to introduce a story about black people going bananas over fried chicken, and they're kind of smiling and nodding. You know, it just didn't look right. It isn't a matter of we should all be ashamed of what we like. Everybody likes fried chicken. I started out by saying, you know, go to Harold's, you'll see everybody there. So I'm not ashamed of fried chicken, but it's just that you have to think about it when you're doing that kind of stuff nowadays, I think.
That's right. There's a text and then there's a subtext.
Exactly. And on TV, it's particularly powerful.
Absolutely. Let me see if I can get to Anthony right quick. Anthony, thanks for calling GML. What's your comment?
Hello?
Hi, what's your comment, Anthony?
My comment is about how well I think that the Bulls are doing, and I just wish the Bulls well. And I'm sure that Derrick Rose is going to be probably the best thing ever besides Michael Jordan. And good luck, Bulls. And hey, by the way, are you going to use your tickets?
Hey, I'm going to watch the game from home. How about that?
Hey, you know what? I'll be doing the same.
Yes, sir. Anthony, thanks for calling Garrard McClendon Live. Kyra, how about those Bulls before I go to break?
Bulls are just lighting it up. We've got the best sports teams in Chicago. Look, even the Blackhawks are heating it up. So go Chicago. That's all I can say.
It's all good. It's all good. Hey, Kyra, hold on tight. Remember, the job hunt starts with you, and the early riser gets the interview. It's time for Who's Hiring?
I don't think anyone should be blamed for this flu because no one knows where it is coming from. And they shouldn't be blaming anyone. Human beings shouldn't be blamed for anything.
Hey, Gerard, this is Marquita, and I was just calling because don't nobody know where this whole swine flu comes from. And I feel like to point the whole issue on one nationality is very wrong.
I'm just wondering, like, if this will spread out too far. Really scared. Might kill us all. Bye.
In regards to this swine flu, everyone's worried about transportation. They forget about one other option, and that's money. That causes a lot more germs than the swine flu.
That's the Garrard McClendon Live B-Line. You can express yourself, 630-574-3232. Hector Escobar says that Cinco de Mayo weekend will proceed. Stephen Harris from Seed Planting Outreach has informed me that Unity in the City is this weekend, and tomorrow morning I'll be speaking at the Fatherhood and Healthy Marriage Conference at the William Tell Banquets in Countryside, Illinois. Welcome back to Garrard McClendon Live. Kyra, we're in the final stretch here. Let me see if I can get one or two more phone calls in. Let's see, Deborah from Facebook says that she hopes that the show repeats tonight. I think it will, so you'll get to see Kyra Kyles twice. And let me get to Calvin. Big Calvin, thanks for calling GML. What's your comment?
Oh, yes. I would like to know, I haven't seen a great Bulls game like that in years. Not only that, I haven't seen a game since Boston and Phoenix in 1976. What I'd like to ask you guys is this. What do you think the Bulls' chances will be like in Boston, and why? And thanks for taking my call, buddy.
All right, Calvin, I'm going to ask Kyra this. Hey, Kyra, can they win this game?
Yes, they can, Gerard. I believe in the Bulls.
Yes,
Go Bulls.
I believe they can do it as well. Derrick Rose and the rest of the fellas can definitely do it. You know what? Let me see if I can squeeze in David. David, thanks for calling GML. What's your comment? Make it quick.
I just wanted to tell you how much I enjoy you, but about those Bulls, man. I haven't seen a game like that since the days of Jordan.
Yes, that's right. Hey, thanks for the call, David. We appreciate you. Kyra Kyles,
yes.
Talk to me. Give me a final word.
A final word about
Yes.
just anything? Well, I just hope everybody has a great weekend. Be careful out there. I know everyone's afraid of the flu. Just wash your hands, be careful, and enjoy the Bulls.
That's Kyra Kyles. Hey, if you read the Red Eye, you're going to get to her, redeyechicago.com. Kyra Kyles, the reporter. Thanks for being on Garrard McClendon Live.
Thank you for having me.
All right. Hey, get a pen because I'm giving out my phone number tonight. 630-574-3232. That's my number. Call me after the show and tell me what's on your mind. Also, check out my blog at www.cltv.com/GML. Post your comments and let's start a dialogue, Chicago. I need everyone out there to stay positive, keep your head up, and always be encouraged.
The McClendon Report. Ax or Ask, Donda's Rules, Suit Shoes. All available at McClendonReport.com.